Alright, we're here. We are here. We're gonna go through the week's performance. We will label the trades and then I guess think about well, I know what trades I want to try in 2025, but like actual things to, I don't know, looking for momentum, so maybe I'll look for that a little bit later. I know 2 trades I want to try. I want to keep trying my trades that are related to VWAP and related to moving averages and the trend lines. So I'll keep trading those. And yeah, I think that's what we'll try to focus on. Alright, let's get to it. I got a lot of trades to go through. I have to look into my trades viz because I don't know why it's showing me this. I need to look it up real quick. Okay. Yeah, I don't know that it's right. I don't know where. I'll see if it gets rid of the trade or if it does something to it later, because this isn't right. Like, this doesn't make any sense. This is annoying. So that's the position cost. Like, yeah, it's doing something. It's not doing something correctly with my position here, which is really annoying because then you don't really know how you did. So, or maybe it is the whole month. Maybe that is the whole month, so it is the month. So, yeah, okay. So that, I think that represents the whole month. Maybe of the ticker? I don't know. Let's go back to the overview page. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and look at the weekly performance. Let's go ahead and go to the mainstream. Here we go. Eyeballs. Okay. So for the week, we have the Russell was up 1%, the Dow was up 1%. Well, these are the cash markets or whatever. Best thing we can get here. Yes, I think this is the easiest. We have SPX up 1%. Everything was up about 1% on the week. On the month, we are still up except the Russell and the Dow and the SPX. Oh, that's actually down. Okay. Let's see. 1 month, yeah. Russell, the Dow, SPX are down. 3 months, everything's up slightly. 6 months, NDX is up 8%, SPX is up 9%, the Dow is up 10%, and the Russell is up 11% in the 6 months. Year to date, we are still up. And for 1 year, I mean, quite a stellar year, all things considered. So, I mean, up 30% on the NDX. Like, if it's going down, it's like, I don't know, like, it was a pretty crazy year. I mean, all things considered. So, you know, to be honest, it's like, and the short positions have been harder to deal with. Like, to me, even on the intraday, you get a dip down, it gets bought up immediately. I mean, it's not like it stays down there. Like, there's been some scary down days or whatever, but it's, I mean, look at where we are. Like, you're at all-time highs. I mean, it's crazy to trade all-time highs. And the VIX, where's the VIX? I think it's still, or it's 16. So, you know, we could still move around like 1% a day. And everything being so high, it's like, that's, I think it's to be expected. Things are going to move around a lot. But we are still up. The trend is up. It's just a little dip right now. You know, maybe it keeps going, but I think we have, what, 2 days left in the year? We'll see what happens. I mean, I think, honestly, to go long is a little bit easier in some ways, especially for the things that have been up, like the NASDAQ. Like, shorting the NASDAQ is harder than going long. That's for sure. The trades seem to be a little bit easier when you go long. But yeah, so our bias is still up. I mean, that's where we're at. We're gonna start a new year, so I think next week will be year in review. I'll get that ready, and we'll definitely talk about themes. I kind of wanted to do it today, but I didn't prepare myself for that. But I know there's like 2 basic trades I really want to try to get into. I'm kind of excited about some of the Bitcoin ETFs, like IBIT. I like IBIT because it is just Bitcoin. If you look at what its holdings are, we could look at that later. It just says Bitcoin. So without having to try to buy Bitcoin, it's, you know, you have that, and the volume is good. I looked at the volume on like some of the micro Bitcoin futures. I don't know about those yet. I'll have to look more at that volume. But I think by the time I looked, it wasn't super wild and crazy. It was only like a couple 100,000 contracts being traded versus something like the, you know, the MES or the NDX that has, you know, at least 1 million or so contracts being traded or more a day. Those have way more volume. So I watch it, but I'm hesitant to play micro Bitcoin. And then maybe in the new year, really thinking about, like, so I've traded TQQQ really well. I've made money in the NASDAQ futures. Maybe like a NASDAQ future and then some sort of commodity that I could trade. So whether that's like crude or gold, you know, maybe get into those depending on the buying power, maybe some other instruments that I could trade. And see how that goes. Futures are expensive though. It's another expensive way to trade on TOS. I think it does provide the liquidity though. Like, you get really good, you get decent fills, you have liquidity, like you're the fee that you're paying kind of gives you that liquidity, but it does kind of eat into how you run your business. So it's always something to think about. Stocks are definitely cheaper, so like TQQQ is definitely on the list. So yeah, really, I think, you know, for just as an overall, like, but I also don't want to miss, like, some of the, the meme stock stuff, like not ignoring that and because I'm focusing on like NASDAQ futures, I miss out on something that could be cheaper to trade and that's really explosive. Like Rumble. Oh man. I saw that and I was like, what? How did I miss that? It's like right there. It was on my list. Like, I totally missed that move in Rumble. Like, I was watching it and then I kind of ignored it and then it fucking exploded. And it's like, what? Do I have it in here? Yeah, I do. I pulled back a little bit, so maybe there's an opportunity for it to go to 20. So I will keep an eye on it, but now it is more expensive. Yeah, we got Jeeves in the chat. Jeeves Stobbs in the chat. Let's go. We need a multi-stream. That's also another goal. That's the goal, is to multi-stream. So I'm on YouTube and I'm back on Twitch because all my cool emotes are on Twitch. These emotes from YouTube. I mean, thank you for using them, Jeeves, but like, I mean, Rutman emote's way better. Rutman emote is way better. That's the best emote on Twitch, man. Come on. It's the best emote. The best emote. Rutman emote. Oh, we had a new kitty come by the house today. And another story. Another story of life. What are these? What's the little green and yellow things? What are those? What is this? Okay, we got some hearts. Okay. I don't know what's going on. I like the loading ones. Those are good. Those are good ones. Those are good. Anyway, market's up, y'all. Market is up, y'all. Look at this performance for 2024. Look at that. Oh, wait, what we got here? We got the breaking news. Winning ticket was sold in California. Oh, man. I wonder if it was someone at the little thing here where you drive to. Let's see here. Where was it? What part of California? Let's see. Winning numbers were 3, 7, 37, 49, 55, and 6. Those are good numbers. Those are good numbers. Let's see. What part of California? What part of California? Oh, Cottonwood, California. Where's that? Where's Cottonwood, California? Sole winner. Wow. Cottonwood, California. It's like some little tiny town. Oh my gosh. It's outside of Redding, California. It's like in the middle. It's in Northern California. It's some little town. Oh, congratulations to that person. They may not want to live in that town anymore. No, just joking. They may have to move. Oh, they bought it at a gas station. Oh, wow. Huh. Cool. Well, good for them. They bought a ticket. Sold the winning ticket for 1.2 billion. Their odds were 1 in 302 million. Oh man. Okay. Well. Wait, is this another plane crash? What are we doing here? Alright. Well, cool. Well, so the market's up. That's what we need to see right now. Little pullback right now, but we got 2 more days. We'll see what the market does. let's go ahead and head into the week. So the week was green. So the last 2 weeks have been green. So that's cool. Good to see. Good win rate. Let's go ahead and label the trades. Oh, it's like doing something weird. So let's see. This was on the 22nd. Let's pull it up. '22nd. So was it at night? Oh, this is my overnight trade. Okay. And these are all the same. So these are all trend line breaks on the 1 hour. Take. Oh wait, no, short. Anybody watch Squid Game? Kinda, I don't know. All I'll say, didn't watch the first one right away because it's so violent. I watched the second one when it came out 2 days ago or whatever, 3 days ago. I guess that all I'll say is they're stretching it out to another season. It's already been filmed, but they're stretching it out. So it kind of feels like, what they did with like Pirates of the Caribbean, where those movies like never end because they're making a sequel. That's kind of what it's like. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not, I guess you would say it's not satisfying. It's not like there's a conclusion, I guess. That's all I could say. It's not bad though. I think the characters are good. The characters themselves, I think, outshine any decisions that were made by Netflix. So they have a good cast. People that acted really well and people that brought that script to life. And I think anytime you have diabolical characters, you know, that's always the key. You need someone that's like sort of just like diabolical. They're in some way you feel for them, but they are just crazy people. They're just like probably someone you wouldn't deal with in real life, but like they're maybe like no holds bar. They do what they have to do when they have to do it, and they don't ask any questions. So I kind of call them diabolical. They'll do what serves them. So they have those characters. They have those kinds of characters you can kind of get into, but I don't know. I think it's like you balance, like you can't lose sight of like what the show is. It's not, for me, like that kind of show and that whole idea is like you kind of have to finish it out. You have to finish the thought out, because the whole, like, if you went through an experience like that, you know, it's only like 6 days. Like you're only there because it's 6 games. Like if you make it through all the games, so 6 or 7 days, 6 or 7 games, like, I don't know. Anyway, these are like really boring to label because they're all the same thing, which I guess is good. They're all trendline breaks. That's all they are. These are all just trendline breaks. This was on the 27th. It was Friday. And that was a decent trade. The first trade wasn't good, but the second trade was good. I got myself even on Friday, so that was good. And I make sure what hour. Oh, and maybe trying higher time frames. You know, that might be something to do too. Also, I need the picture of like when I take the trade, so I can show that to you guys. So I'll put that in next year. Like, make sure, like, get into a trade, take the pictures so we can see the trend lines. Because right now we're losing them because at the end of every day, like, I move the lines and I put in new lines if I have to, so you lose the picture of that day. And this was a day too that the market was all just doing all different kinds of things. Like it was going. Although they weren't in sync, so the markets were not in sync. And so of the three indices to trade, it's like you could trade the NASDAQ, you could trade you could trade the Russell and the Dow. So those three tend to do their own thing. And then the MES is gonna follow. It's a mix between the Dow and the NASDAQ. And the NASDAQ will pull it higher, but if the Dow is going down and the NASDAQ's going up, the MES just kind of stays in the middle. It doesn't really go anywhere unless the NASDAQ is really ripping. Like if it's really going, you can take a trade in the MES. But again, it's always influenced by the Dow and financials. So like NASDAQ doesn't have any financials, or typical financials like JP Morgan, blah, blah, blah. MES and the Dow do, and they're influenced by those financials around too. So it kind of doesn't do its own thing. Trend line break, that's all I want to say here. Hour and the short position on the Dow. Time break short on the 1 hour. And the thing is, you could do this with like moving averages too in VWAPs. So like looking at some of my trades, I mean, you can clearly see it falls below VWAP and it stays down there. Like that's a short trade all day long. I mean, if it's below previous session close, it's below the 9 and the 15, and it's the VWAP, it's below VWAP, and like all the moving averages are dropping. Like that's still a short trade. So it's not like you need the trend lines to do this. I think you can do it with moving averages too. The trend lines just seem to provide me with a clear in and out. Like the moving averages will adjust in the day. Like it'll kind of adjust. Like I don't know if the moving averages I'm looking at now necessarily are gonna tell you right away. I have to get in. Oh yeah. So this was the 24th. Dang, yo. I missed out on a lot of money that day. $300. Yeah, and then holding trades. So trading fewer instruments, possibly on a longer time frame, and holding them longer. Those are the goals. You see this, chat? You see? I like how I'm all like bundled up. Yeah, it's a little cold in here. Well, I'm just a cold wimp, that's all. I don't really do cold very well. Even just a little bit of cold, I'm kind of like, meh. I wear like a million layers. And I really did like the simpler trading method, but like you do need to buy the indicator. Oh man, Jimmy Carter died. Breaking news. Jimmy Carter died at 100. Dude made it to 100. Holy cow. Oh man, he died. Aw. Hey, at least he was 100. He also beat the Queen. Let's go. Wow. Huh. We got to celebrate like one last Christmas and live to 100 years old. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Oh yeah, I need to do that today too. Well, there's a couple things I need to do. I need to get that sort of journaling setup that I wanted to do figured out, that I like took a screenshot and like lost the screenshot. It's somewhere. I just don't know where it is. And then I need to put together like my own little futures cheat sheet. That's what I need to go do. That's what I need to do today. Oh, and take more contracts. So that's still something I'm working on. Go up to 2 contracts. That also means, though, these need to be pushed further. Like, that also pushes the trades further because in and out of those trades is expensive. It's not cheap to get in and out of those trades. So the longer you can hold them for profit, the better. Like, you need at least, that's like a $10 pull on the slot machine, basically. So you need at least $10 to cover your fees, if not more. So like if I want to make $50, really I need to make $60 because I need to cover those fees. And then taxes, yeah, I could talk about taxes, but like whatever on that. If you thought about taxes all the time, you probably would never trade. Like, yeah, you got to think about them, but then like if you, again, I don't think you would ever like want to learn, or like it would work if you thought about that all the time. Okay. Yeah, these are all the same trade essentially. Oh man, what did I miss out on here? Alright, so after this, well, I need to make my short too. Gotta do that. And $100. Fuck. Like $400 on that day. I need to hold them longer. Let's take a look at what this looked like. So this was the 24th, so Christmas Eve. So the day before the market closed. Okay. So where's my trades viz? The 24th. I did this shit, that's one. I did this little loop-de-boo. So I got into this in the overnight. I think I was like wicked out and then it exploded. You could maybe see where these trend lines were. Like, I think it was like here. Like, that's the problem. Like, I don't need that record. These are all other trades, but they got moved when the contracts changed, so that was kind of annoying. Um, this thing is still in a downtrend though. Like you can't. I mean, at least in the short term, not the long term. What am I talking about? Long term, this thing's in an uptrend. Like just it's this short term area right here where it's in a downtrend. I wonder if it'll explode higher. Next 2 days, I guess we'll find out in a couple of hours. Let me look at it here too. I am looking at it on Toss as well. 24th. I just kind of took my profits early. I mean, I really did. The trade itself isn't terrible. Even on the 15-minute, it pops above VWAP, it pops above the 9 and the 15, and it holds it. It holds it there all day long. Giant bars all day long. And it holds the line there. Like, that's something I need to look for. You know, that's... You want to get out up here. Like, get out at the end of the day. Hold the trade a little bit longer. Alright. Back to it. Let's see, this was a crude short. All the same thing. Trend line breaks, trend line short. I'll look something up real quick. Hmm. I wonder where they get their meat from. Huh. Anyways. Kind of off track here. Open for dinner only. When is happy hour? 4 to 6, Tuesday through Friday. Hmm. Alright, enough with that. Enough with that. I gotta make our own little celebration. Break. Was it a crude trade? Okay, here we go. This was a short trade. Oh, from 490. That's $200. Like, come on, stay in the trade. Stay in the trade. Stay in the trade. This must smell like a late entry. Trendline break, trend. Short. And it was on. This was okay. This might have been a VWAP trade. This one was different. This was above VWAP, and it was on time frame. Long. Trade. Day was this? This was the 26th. Yeah, I mean, I could use VWAP for confirmation. Like, come on. Use your VWAP too. Like, you don't, you want extra confirmation, like, use that. I need to figure out too, since I bought this stupid journal for another year, we gotta figure out all the features and make sure, like, stuff appears. So, like, getting my indicators that I want to appear here. And like the 1 minute, I don't trade the 1 minute. I trade the 15 minute. The 15 minute to an hour. I don't even go down to the 5 minute. I do the 15 minute. Or seven short. Break. Short. Trade. Thing. Break. And I have been better about writing these down in my journal before I take the trade. I see it kind of setting up, and then sometimes I wait for the hour bar to close. Sometimes I don't. But the hour bar has to be crossing over that line. Like if it closes below long. Okay. Dang, if I would have just switched it and gone short, that was 30 points down. That's 150 bucks on one contract. Break. Hurt. Short. Hmm. Okay. I think that's all the trades. Let's go ahead and I want to look at my tags. FOMC, look at that. I have to trade FOMC. Like some people don't trade it. Sometimes it's my biggest winner. Like those days, because they're trending days. It's like it'll go one way or the other. Like it's not very. Sometimes it just goes sideways. Not very often though. And sometimes if it does go sideways, you need to watch it the next day because it will do something in relation to that event. Let's do amount win or loss. Bombsy, yep. Yeah, I mean, I do this again, like the simpler trading method. It's just that you have to buy that indicator. That's my only, like, yeah, like the old ones are okay, but they update them, they slightly tweak them, and they put different instruments in them. And so it's beneficial to have that subscription if you're going to trade that method. So if you're going to trade the method, you need the right tools for the method. And I mean, if it was profitable for me, that's the thing. Like, I don't think I can use the old ones and judge whether that's like profitable or not. I mean, I like it. I like what it represents because like you're entering, you look for trends and then you enter when it dips a little bit. Like when you have the green into the gray, you buy. Red into yellow, you sell. You know. And you know you're out where you know where you're wrong. You know where to get out. It has all the qualifications or the characteristics of a decent strategy. But again, you have to buy that indicator, so. But I think it is one of my more profitable strategies is using those simpler rules. I'm not gonna lie. So, and the trendline one is working. I mean, it is working. Not like it's not working. This isn't right. This is making me upset. This is wrong. It's not what this was. Like, that trade did not work out that way. And I wish it did, but... So it looks like the MES was good. More things like, if it was real, that's what it needs to be. This is what I need to make on trades for this to be profitable. So the Russell and the MES, and I know the MNQ I've done pretty well on as well. Maybe that's the whole month. Maybe that's what I made on it this month. I didn't trade it this week. Let's go the whole year, and then let's isolate to just TQQQ. So it would be TQQ. But it is saying it was that option. Yeah, this isn't right. This makes me mad. I'll have to maybe go through my actual statements. Yeah. What's wrong then? And these need to be up here. Like, this is good. Like, these are good losses, but like, these need to be up here. That's where it needs to be. No, it's not right. This isn't, like, don't look at this. This isn't correct. It's not correct. It's not, I don't know what it did. I'll see if because sometimes, like, once things adjust, your chart, your spreadsheet will look different. So yeah, I don't know. I'll look at the spreadsheet and see if I can see what's going on there. I don't think it's right. This is right, but the $1,000 on the TQ is not correct. But I guess now we can go look at the charts. Make sure they're all cleaned up, ready to go. That's okay. These are on lower time frames. Per hour. I think you could draw one more, but like, I don't know. This is pretty steep. And it's only like a day's worth of data. It's not a ton. These two bars are probably better for, this is just kind of a intermediate indicator. We could put an alert on it though, I guess. There's already an alert on that one, okay. Alright, let's here. Good here. Looking over here. Yeah, I'll start looking for momentum in the new year because I can hold the trade. Right now, like, I have to kind of be out of trades by the end of tomorrow. I mean, essentially. So yeah. Four hour. 1 hour. I mean, you could draw some steeper lines here. It's not super... It's not a ton of data, though. It might be jumpy around this line. Plus, it kind of crosses here. It's not the greatest. You kind of want it like this, then you have to have another one, so it's like steeper and steeper each time. Like, this one's probably higher confidence. Yeah, it kind of goes like this, and then go from here to here. It's a little iffy in here. I'd say like this is a better line. These are probably less confidence. I probably wouldn't do anything until I got to like this one. But even that's only like 2 touch points way back here. Like, This one represents 2 touch points over at least 2 days. I mean, this one's even better. This one's a longer term one up here. That's definitely one you'd want to watch. Dude, even making a little bit more bold. Like this is one you'd want to watch. These are kind of skinny little eyes like now. I don't even think this one has a touch point. Like, so it's from here to here. It's this right here, but that's only 2, and then that's only like 2, and then that's 2. So until you get to here, it's like this is where the real situation is. Here it's just like day trading in and out of these. Like not super exciting. Color. That's why we come back in and exactly. That's all the way from the top. Oh, it was only an hour long. That was good. The hour long ones are good. Those are good. Alright, let's go back to the month. You know, maybe just clear everything off. One. Let's start over again. Okay. Month. Week. Okay. Week. 1. Downward trend line. Red. Let's go to the daytime frame. Put it up. Hour. Yeah, go 1 hour. So maybe here there's a line. So I would have confidence in these lines here. Like this is a couple days worth of data. I like this line here, so we can set an alert here. upward trend line. And here you would go short if it crossed it. And we probably have an alert on this. Oh no, we don't. Okay, so bar crossing line, long positions. Okay, let's see again. Okay. Weekly. Let's clear all these out. Clear these two. Those aren't a great use of those. Redo this one. Okay, go to the daily. Again, probably more confidence like in this line. So we'll make that bold. Go to the 4 hour. I definitely want an alert here. Crossing upward line long. Or this is a downward trend line. Alert. And then it would be this one, really, like this is the I think where the trade would be. It's not necessarily those other ones. Like that would be early. Like if you wanted to get in early and see if it would go down, you'd just be testing it and seeing if it would work. Upward trend line. And this would be a short position on this right here. Yeah. Like here would be early too, so I could watch these tonight. What are you doing? What's going on? Can you hear me? What? Oh, okay. I'm almost done. Okay. I gotta do my shorts. Man, this isn't like some crazy support level. Crude is at some crazy support, so like if it breaks this, like it's probably going down. But if it breaks these upward trend or these downward trend lines, I mean, this thing might explode. Like that's what this looks like. It's gonna explode one way or the other. I think crude's something to watch. Crude's kind of this like sleeper situation, like just based on the technicals, like to me, this thing is gonna go somewhere. I don't know which way. I mean, we just gotta watch it though. Like some say, oh, it's gonna go down, this and that, blah blah blah. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. The technicals aren't necessarily telling you a direction, but I think they're telling you something's gonna happen. I think there's no doubt that something is gonna happen here. Yeah, it's at such a crazy level of support. Like there's no other chart like this. There is absolutely no other chart like this. I mean, maybe there is. I don't know. From what I watched, none of the other charts look like this. They are all kind of coiling to some extent. They're like, to me, that's like there's just no idea of where you want the price to go. But yeah, this thing is in some crazy level of support. And look how it's like wedging in. Like, this thing is gonna move, man. Like, where's it gonna go? Any predictions, chat? Like, my thing is like, I know crude's kind of like boring or whatever, but like, to me, there's something up here. Something's going on. It's gonna do something. Because price doesn't just do this. Like, look how narrow it's getting. Like, something's gonna give here. Something's gonna give. We gotta be ready. Lots of volume right here. Like, wow. 4 hour. And this is the most significant high, so this is a good point here. Hard to get it to match sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't want to like go in the right spot. I mean, it's all an estimate anyway. Like, let's be real. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is all estimation. So this is an upward trend line. Upward trend line, and this would be a short position. And we already have our alert on this one. So I think I'm good with both these lines because this includes quite a bit of data. This goes back to the 24th. So that's a week's worth of data. This line is valid. This line is valid, and this line is valid because it comes from that other high and it has a ton of data related to it. So let's go ahead and save that. Crude's interesting to me. I don't know when it's going to do its thing, but I think it's going to do something. Like, I don't know what it's going to do. It's going to do something. Is that my mom? Okay. What is it? Oh, okay. Fiber food, chat, cat food. Oh, we had a new... Oh, I already told you about the new kitty. It's like a little kitten. It's so cute. It looked healthy, too. It wasn't like... It wasn't unhealthy. It was a nice kitty. It wasn't mean, either. It wasn't, like, super feral. Kitty needs a home. We should have the kitty live with us. Kitty should come back. That kitty needs to come back. Might have to adopt. We can't have 5 cats. It's not allowed. We don't have 5 cats. I didn't say that. I didn't say that, chat. I didn't say that at all. Okay. So my goal with this is like, depending on the direction, if the market's going to go up, we're going to sell puts on this. If the market's going to go down, we're going to sell call spreads on this over and over and over again. Because I tried it in my paper trading. I paper traded this strategy and it made quite a bit of money. Yeah, that paper trading, that trade made about $1,000 from October to December. You know, what if we traded that all year? Like, what would that have done? That was 3 months. So 3 times 4. So maybe it could be like 4 grand. Like, that's great. Like, that's awesome. You know, it's just a plug and chug kind of thing. Consistent profits. So I want to use puts and calls on this. I also am intrigued by Bitcoin. So there's lots of activity, lots of things going on. Let's make these purple. Okay. So I bet the same thing. So this would probably be not as aggressive. So the TQQQ play is like selling 2 calls and buying a call, or selling 2 puts and buying a put. I'm not sure. This would be more conservative. So this would be more just like a straight call vertical or straight put verticals. And in fact, you know, Bitcoin might just trade sideways up here at these high levels. So this could be something that's like an iron condor as well. So that's maybe what I'll think about with this in the new year. So like these plug and chug plays, I want to do a plug and chug play on IBIT and TQQQ. I mean, you could also buy shares. Like if I wanted to do something even more wild and crazy, like buy shares of TQQQ and then you sell a strangle around it. Like that could be another option as well. Or even with IBIT. So buy the 100 shares, or at least no, I would start with selling puts to get the shares if I got the shares. And then after that, I might decide to either sell calls or I would sell strangles around the position. That would be what I would do. I think with IBIT, that's kind of my plug and chug position for next year. Would be that position, would be something like that. And then I would like to incorporate one commodity that I trade consistently. So is that gold? Is it platinum? Is it crude? You know, what would be the best thing to trade? These are nice because, you know, every dollar is $10. So like if you get a trend, the trend is your very best friend, because you will make a lot of fucking money with these. So if it works, man, oh boy. This one might be coiling back up. Yeah, whatever. Let's take a look here. Let's go back out to the long-term time frame. Oh, this is annoying. Settings. So that's the first session, second session. Go down to the there's like an hour break. Yeah, just so they're continuous. That's the only that weird gap. Like, yeah, there's a break, but it's like, I mean, really, truly, it's continuous. It's not like it's not continuous. So that's the Asian session. That's the other session. Let's just make it a slightly different color of gray or white. Yeah, like let's do that. There we go. And then I kind of wanted to grayscale the bars themselves, like red and green bars, like this is gold. You can probably get this even more exact. So this is on the 4-hour. Yeah, no, these lines are valid. Like, look how many days. It's just kind of coiling in this thing here. So if it breaks these lines, like, these are definitely, let me just make sure I have them. Yeah, let's do upward trend line. And this would be a short position. And then this one, there we go. It would be nice if it broke this, you know, because it isn't an uptrend. It's not like gold's not in an uptrend and it's down at this level of support. Like if it breaks this, it could come back up to here. That'd be a hell of a trade. That's 100 points. So, like, that would be a really nice trade. That would be a really good trade to practice, like, staying in the trade. Let's go to the 1 hour. We have alerts there. We already have alerts on them. They're on longer time frames. Yeah. This I haven't actually charted, so like let's chart this. The lowest point on the chart. Next point. Next one. Okay, let's go to the weekly. Clean anything up. Those are kind of... Let's go to the daily. Oops. Again with micro Bitcoin, like look at the volume. So 59,000 versus maybe you have to try the big boy contract, big girl contract for more volume. I just don't like the volume here. Compared to like, look, MNQ's 1 million, this is 96,000, like I guess this one's only 55,000. This one's at 59, so I do trade this one too. And the VIX 125k, like wow. But yeah, these definitely have the more volume. The MNQ and the MES, like there you go. Like that's kind of what you want to trade. This needs to be a different color. Go to the 4 hour. These 4 hour charts look intriguing. 1 hour chart. That's where I kind of end. Right off the 1 hour here with the futures. We could put an alert here. So this is an upward trend line. And this would be a short position. And this is a downward trend line. And this would be a long position. Oh, I have too many alerts. Alright, where are all my alerts? Delete all inactive. See if there's anything old. So these are ones I did today. That's on this one of these lines. I'll just have to watch it then. Gold ones. Yeah, I do. Okay. I'll just have to watch it then. Also, it lets you do this, so it like lets you. I could put this here. Yeah, it lets you do those price alerts. Okay. So we can do price alerts. What's going on? Okay. Well, I think that is it. Again, our market bias, it is kind of up. It's been down the last couple of days, but maybe that's just a little bit of profit taking, but we'll just go with whatever trend we see. Try to take 2 contracts, try to stay in the trades a little bit longer, and see how that works this week. And starting on the 1st, we can look for some momentum plays and start to put on my TQQQ trade, give that a try in the new year, see where that goes, what direction it's going. That's kind of what we'll look at. Also the IBIT trade that I'll put that in my short probably, the IBIT and the TQQQ, and then what I'm looking at on the futures. And then starting in sometime in the week, I'll start looking for momentum trades. We are coming into earnings, so the bank earnings are coming up. Earnings will be at the end of January. So there could be something to look for there, like an earnings pumper, earnings momentum play. But we won't look at that until the new year. But I guess this is 2024, so almost every week in 2024 is here, looking at the charts, seeing what's going on, trying different things. Seems to get better every year, but we need to make a living doing this, so that's what we're working towards. But again, it's for educational and informational purposes only, not intended to be financial advice or a recommendation. Please do your own research. Trading is risky. And have a good last few days of 2024 and into 2025. And make sure to hit the like and subscribe button and follow us at Wilsopher. I need to update this too. So you always know when we go live. Have a good new year.